I'm going to make my yogurt marinated blue eye, which is delicious. A lot of Indian spices in here, and it's baked in the oven, so it's also very, very easy to do. Now, I've got a fillet of blue eye here. I've taken the bones off it and the belly off it, so I've got the best part, which is the top half of it. And you can ask your fishmonger to get it ready for you. Now, I've left the skin on, so I'm going to fillet it, and I'll show you how to do it. Once you've got the end of it, you hold this with your thumb and forefinger and hold it fairly tight. And with a thin filleting knife like this, make sure it's sharp. I grab hold of it and hold it just above the skin. I just hold the knife in place and I grab hold of the skin and wiggle the skin back and forward. When you do that, the skin comes off really easily like that, and you don't waste any fish. It's a good skill to learn, and once you've done it yourself, you'll never let the fishmonger do it themselves, because this is where the fun starts. Now, I've got a large piece here, so what I'll do is I'll cut some smaller pieces like this, more like bite sizes or portion sizes. Now, in my bowl here, I already have some garlic that's been microplaned and some onion that's been grated on a regular cheese grater. Put it into a bowl and then squeeze it. You want to get all of that onion water out of it, so you're left with just the chopped onion. It makes a huge difference. Now, I'll throw the fish straight into the bowl here, because what we're going to do is put a marinade together with lots and lots of flavour. Now, ginger. I've got some lovely ginger here, and I just microplane it on top. Now, you could chop it nice and fine, but when you microplane it, all the flavours go together and mix in, so you get plenty of it all the way around. Now, a nice big tablespoon of that, and sometimes it gets caught on the inside. If it does, just give it a tap. Now, turmeric is lovely and it's really nice in the flavour, but most importantly, it's the colour. It looks fantastic. I just give it a tap like that. It looks like grated carrot just like that, but once I mix it through, you'll really see that colour come through. Now, some coriander that's been ground and a little bit of clove in there as well that's also ground, and some cumin seed that I've left whole. You could use ground one, but the whole one's going to have a little bit of crunch to it. Now, I've got some chilies here. These are red hot Indian chilies. I love them, but they make me sweat. And you can pick them up from just about any Asian grocery store, or even some supermarkets will have these red hot chilies as well. I love the flavour they have, and I can almost feel myself sweating just at the thought of eating these. In they go. Spring onions are lovely as well, and what I'll do is I'll just use the white part of the spring onion and chop it nice and fine. I want to have a little bit of crunch in there and that lovely fresh light onion flavour. So slice it nice and thin like that, and then pick it up and throw it on top here like that. You can see this is starting to come together really well. Now, I've got some yogurt here. This is Greek yogurt that is nice and savoury. And I'll also use a little bit of lemon zest over the top. There's a whole lot of flavours going together here, and I know when they come together, this will be delicious. Some extra virgin olive oil over the top of it, and of course, we need some salt and some pepper. It smells fantastic just like this, and you can imagine wrapping this up in baking paper and then popping it on a barbecue. But for me, I'm going to bake it in the oven, in a fairly hot oven, so all of these flavours come together. Now, normally when we marinate with this many flavours, it's a good idea to let it sit there for a couple of hours before you put it into the oven or you cook the fish. But you know me, I like to get going. I'm impatient with these things. So once you've got it together, grab the pieces of fish and pop them on your baking dish. You can use a tray lined with baking paper, but for me, this terracotta dish will look fantastic. Not only will it be great to cook the fish in, it'll also be great to serve it in as well. So I'll make sure I get all the last little bits out of here and smooth it all around. Now, a little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil over the top of it. This will take about 15 minutes to cook all the way through at a high temperature into the oven. And while this is cooking, I'll make a lovely salsa to go with it. This is going to be great. Fish is cooking in the oven, and it's got a few minutes to go until it's ready. And it's a perfect time to put together a little salsa, and it's got lots of fresh ingredients in it that will work beautifully with the fish. I've got some cucumber, tomato, red onion, coriander and spring onion, nice and finely chopped. There's also some chilli in here, some red chilli for some heat. And the thing about this type of salsa, is if you've got a lot of chili in whatever you're cooking, which I've got the green chilies in there and red chilies in here, the salsa will also help to cool everything down. And whether it's a salad or a salsa, you need a dressing to bring it together. And the easiest dressings that I use are lemon and olive oil and lime. Lime is also a little bit sweet as well, and it gives you some great flavour. Now, we also need some extra virgin olive oil in there. A good splush of that goes in there. That looks fantastic, and I reckon a couple of minutes, I'll put the whole lot together. The fish is perfectly cooked, and the aroma is amazing. So I'll just grab this piece over here and pop it on the plate. It comes with its own sauce, that yogurt, the olive oil, and all the bits and pieces that have gone in to make this delicious. And then, of course, some salsa on the side to give it some crunch, to give it some colour and some flavour, and hopefully to cut through all of that chilli. Some green spring onion on there. That is a fantastic looking dish. Now, I'll have a little taste of it. That's great. The yogurt, all those spices in there, the garlic, the ginger, everything's coming together. Most people grill and fry their fish, but when you bake it like this with some yogurt and lots of spices, not only does it have lots of flavour in it, but it also stays nice and moist as well. That's what it's all about.